Ms. Lynne Achterberg. I'm a resident of Santa Cruz for over 37 years. I volunteer with Project Purr Feral Cat Advocate Organization, which is an all-volunteer 501c3 nonprofit community service organization. For 19 years in Santa Cruz County, Project Purr has been dedicated to humanely reducing the feral cat population through education and by providing funds toward our Santa Cruz County-wide, regardless of income, low-cost feral cat and kitten spay-neuter program at Adobe Animal Hospital, helping our community understand that pet overpopulation with the resulting high euthanasia needs aggressive and financially affordable spay-neuter has always been our fundamental premise. Ultimately, this means lower stray intake rates for the shelter, tremendous cost savings to taxpayer-funded animal control, less competition for the finite number of homes, and less euthanasia for all animals. Under the previous Santa Cruz County Animal Services ASA interim general manager, who had no previous animal welfare or shelter experience and who was appointed by the ASA board, euthanasia rates for Santa Cruz County went to an all-time high. According to 2006 agency records, Animal Services sheltered 5,500 animals, more than half of which were cats and kittens. More than 3,700 were strays, and nearly 2,300 were euthanized. Recently, during Catherine Voss's short 9-month tenure, who is an experienced animal welfare professional, the euthanasia rates were quickly dropping. Programs were finally underway, and staff was getting their long overdue guidance and support. Project Purr is saddened, angry, and disheartened to see the ASA board once again stifle staff, including the general manager, volunteers, rescue groups, and the community, and go about their business as usual. The original setup of the ASA as a Joint Powers Association, JPA, recognized the importance of volunteer participation, and yet volunteers are now too afraid to speak. Staff is afraid to speak. This does not create or nurture an environment where life-saving ideas can be implemented or grow. Had the ASA board had another forum for idea exchange and discussion, low employee morale, high turnover creating empty positions with corresponding larger workloads and more stress could have been averted. Project Purr would like to see an immediate requisition for an experienced animal welfare professional who can lead our shelter towards no kill opened. Hopefully during this time, Catherine Voss will be retained to ease the transition, keep programs moving, and save lives. During this time of transition and flux, we fear euthanasia numbers will rise. Therefore, it is imperative to move quickly forward in reestablishing a qualified animal welfare professional back into the shelter's general manager position. County positions typically take many, many months to fill, and the time involved equates proportionately to an equal number of animals' lives lost, with the highest percentage being cats and kittens. Sadly, this was clearly proven during the past inexperienced interim shelter manager's term. In both San Francisco and Los Angeles, animal welfare committees have been formed and successfully provide an avenue for the community to participate. These committees bring together the disparateness of administrators, attorneys, boards, staff, volunteers, rescue groups, and the public to solve important shelter issues. These committees are always concerned with the single most important element and the very reason all these groups exist, and what is so obviously lacking and being forgotten in our current dysfunctional sheltering system.
Can you sum up, please?
Yes. This unifying element is the animals themselves. Project Purr believes that not only should Santa Cruz immediately and expeditiously begin the open recruitment of an animal welfare professional for our new general manager who can take Santa Cruz up the path of no kill, but Santa Cruz should also begin moving towards the creation of an animal advocate welfare committee that will give much-needed humane and compassionate guidance to the Santa Cruz County Animal Services Authority Board. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have the numbers you just quoted, do you have those in some kind of a written form, the euthanasia numbers?
The statistics are on the Animal Services website from 2004,
So you're
2005,
tracking
and
them?
2006. Yes, they are tracking them themselves.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, my name's Amy Martin, and just want to follow up a little bit of what Lynn said. I worked for ASA for 6 years. I just resigned in December. I was part of the management team, and I saw a lot of the issues and the dysfunctionality that Lynn was referring to over the last 6 years. And recent just sort of turmoil and upheaval of the management staff and all the changes of position and people resigning and people being asked to leave that's been going on recently is just taking us back through a pattern of instability. And what the shelter really needs right now is stability. And we just wanted to appeal to the board and let you guys know that staff, former staff like myself, volunteers, clients, all, a bunch of us have been discussing, and we really feel that something like the Citizens Advisory Board that Lynn was mentioning is really in need to help guide the ASA board in making really responsible decisions. We understand that they're all experts in finance and county budgeting and county bureaucracy and how to work with the personnel department and all that. We understand that it's important to have city officials on the board, but we really feel that the animal expertise is lacking from the ASA board, and if that can't be added into the members of the board by adding another member, we really think that a Citizens Advisory Board needs to be put into effect and work directly with the board to help them make some of the more difficult decisions. And I just want to back up the belief that the board does need your urging to make sure that the filling of Catherine Boss's position is done through an open recruitment, broadly publicized open recruitment, so that we can get a really large pool of qualified applicants rather than an appointment, a board appointment. We just feel that that doesn't give us enough options for stability for the shelter, and that's what the shelter really needs. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else under oral communication?